So the novella comes out in December with Pigeonhole, a really cool digital press, and they have a stall on Sunday, so you should come and check them out. We have a launch event on the 1st of December, which will include cheese wine and taxidermy, so if you're interested in any of the above, there's a little postcard on the table and you can find out more details. So the novella is set in Leeds, and this is an extract that's a flashback to the main character's childhood. Silver is sat on a tree stump, and somebody passes at the end of a spliff. Why not? Her mum thinks she's staying at Delia's, the same excuse she's used the last 3 times she's gone to the woods to drink. Delia is more of an acquaintance than a friend, and Silver's jaw would hit the ground if she ever actually asked her to sleep over. But her mum remembers Delia from primary school and always thought she was a well-brought-up girl. Nice parents. Delia is snorting a line of MCAT off the locker key, a few meters away. Her pale skin gleaming through the rips in her tights. She is a ghost. Silver drags on the joint. It burns her throat much more than cigs ever have, and the taste is like chewing on a leaf. A smoky leaf. She snuffs a laugh to herself. After all, it is a smoky leaf. She passes the joint back and takes a swig from the 3-litre bottle of Ice Dragon. Luke sits down next to her. Luke is weird. He takes a lot of drugs, and his brother is a small-time dealer. He is very skinny, and his baggy clothes drape from him like sacks of fabric. He smells of damp. He had to sit next to Silver in maths class this year, but he mostly ignored her or gave her odd looks before shouting out to the people to arrange a session of FIFA. "You're alright, you look bored and cold." He grins. He's very stoned, and his eyes are like those of an albino mouse, pink and puffy. "I'm alright, a bit cold." "Drink more, you'll warm up." She does as instructed. His arm creeps around her waist like a spider. She lets it lie there, resting on the crease between her hip and thigh. It warms her a little. She looks at the cider bottle with 2 hands and passes it to Luke. That's probably why he sat with her. Free booze. Her head is fuzzy and her ears are tingling on the inside. Luke rolls a cigarette. They smoke and swig, and his fingers start to stroke the top of her thigh, sneaking their way under a t-shirt and dipping down under the top of her jeans to find an icy rhythm over her hip. He kisses her neck. She turns stiffly. He kisses her mouth and he tastes like beer and cider and smoke. It's gross, but she probably tastes much the same. She opens her eyes to glance around. Nobody is paying any attention. He grabs her hand and puts it on his crotch. She feels his hard-on, and her hand lies there like a limp fish. She lets him lead her a short way from the group, out of sight. It is about time she loses her virginity. She is 16, and A-levels are about to start, and she is bored. Twigs dig in her back as she lies down. He is heavy on her chest and fumbling with the buttons on her jeans. He manages to find a way in. His fingernails are too long and they scratch inside her. Her lips tense, but he carries on kissing her, slobbering until her face is wet and sticky. He starts to unzip his trousers. Her stomach feels like caterpillars are wriggling inside it and she's nauseous. Her breath catches uncomfortably. Her head seems wrapped in a woolly jumper. If she doesn't concentrate on breathing, she will stop and suffocate. She has to think about every breath. In and out and in and out. She should not have smoked that joint. She cannot open her eyes or else she will lose concentration and probably die. Oof, fuck, Luke hisses. Silver opens her eyes. She does not die. Luke is looking around wildly. Silver follows his gaze. The birds have come down from their slumbering nests. A couple of ravens and magpies, the smaller birds, probably wrens, but she can't tell because it's dark. The birds surround them and Luke flails. The wings thrash about, the magpies call loudly, and Luke shouts back at them before running off back to the group. "I knew you were fucking weird," he shouts behind him. Silver curls up in a ball and lets the birds close around her. Their eyes catch and glint in the occasional phone light from the group, who are still shouting and playing music. She can hear Luke's voice, but not what he is saying. Everyone laughs. Silver sits with the birds until they hop back to their nests and she is finally alone. She walks home in the dawn, listening to their laughing song. Thank you.